Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I didn't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Alright, listen up, because the world of sports and entertainment just collided in a way nobody saw coming, and it's shaking things to their absolute core. We're talking about a legendary athlete turned media titan, a shocking multi-million-dollar lawsuit filled with deeply disturbing allegations, and the chilling possibility that a prophecy spoken months ago on live television is now coming true. This isn't just drama. It feels like a calculated takedown, and the question is, did Katt Williams see this disaster coming, and is Shannon Sharpe now being silenced by powerful forces? The news hit like a ton of bricks. Shannon Sharpe, the Hall of Fame tight end who successfully transitioned into a broadcasting powerhouse with shows like Club Shay Shay and his gig with ESPN, is now the defendant in a jaw-dropping $50 million civil lawsuit. The plaintiff is a woman identified in court documents as Jane Doe, later revealed to be Gabriella Zinga, known online as She Is Carly, an OnlyFans model. The lawsuit filed in Nevada lays bare a series of heavy, unsettling allegations against Sharpe. According to the complaint, the alleged relationship began sometime in 2023. The context is crucial here. Shannon Sharpe was 54 years old. Gabriella Zinga was just 19. The lawsuit claims they crossed paths at a gym in Los Angeles and alleges that Sharpe intensely pursued Zinga until a relationship began. But the claims made in the lawsuit quickly turned dark and disturbing. Zinga alleges that what started consensually soon escalated into manipulative and controlling behavior. She claims Sharpe began treating her like an object, a plaything, stripping away respect and using her for his own gratification. This alone, given the age gap and the power dynamics involved between a renowned celebrity and a young woman building an online presence, raised concerns for many observers.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I didn't have nothing on one of these.
Amen, amen.
Shit. I kind of get on there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You will tell it.
But the allegations within the lawsuit spiral into terrifying territory. According to court documents, Gabriella Zinga accuses Shannon Sharpe of multiple acts of alleged GRPing and disturbing threats. The lawsuit alleges instances where he choked her and, during a heated argument where she felt unsafe and tried to share her location via her phone, he allegedly caught her and physically grabbed her by the neck, threatening, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." These are not minor claims, these are horrifying allegations of physical violence and threats against her life. The lawsuit also alleges that Shannon Sharpe secretly recorded private moments between them without Zinga's permission and later shared those recordings. And perhaps most gravely, the lawsuit contains allegations that Shannon Sharpe forced her to perform sexual acts on him, holding her down during one alleged incident in October 2024, and that he ped her on multiple occasions in late 2024 and early 2025. The lawsuit paints a picture of Shannon Sharpe not as a beloved sports icon, but as, and I quote from the complaint, a flawed, narcissistic individual who used his fame, money, and influence to manipulate, control, and dominate women. Zinga is reportedly seeking $50 million in damages and a jury trial, stating her lawsuit is about ending a cycle of alleged abuse. Adding another layer to the intrigue, Gabriella Zinga is represented by attorney Tony Busby, a high-profile lawyer from Houston who has recently gained significant attention for filing numerous civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs on behalf of alleged victims. Busby has also reportedly filed lawsuits against Jay-Z in the past. His involvement immediately linked Shannon Sharpe's legal troubles to other major ongoing scandals within the entertainment industry, suggesting to some that this wasn't just a random personal dispute exploding into public view.
We didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt safe to show.
Katt Williams said he left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that were going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably had stuff on people and he just used jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers very, very soon.
But the situation took a wild, almost self-destructive turn when Shannon Sharpe decided to respond publicly. In a move that shocked many legal experts and public relations strategists, Shannon and his legal team, led by Lanny Davis, chose not to issue a standard denial and remain quiet. Instead, Shannon released a video statement calling the entire lawsuit a shakedown. He specifically accused Tony Busby of orchestrating the case and having a pattern of targeting black men in the spotlight, referencing Busby's past lawsuit against Jay-Z as an example that allegedly fell apart. And then came the strategic decision that many believe catastrophically backfired. Shannon Sharpe decided to publicly name Gabriella Zinga and release text messages that he claimed would prove the relationship was consensual and that she was trying to extort him. The idea, seemingly, was to get ahead of the story and discredit his accuser by showing that their interactions were part of an adult, consensual dynamic. However, the content of those messages lit a whole new firestorm, one that arguably did more damage to Shannon's reputation than the initial lawsuit headlines. The text included shockingly explicit details related to race play. One message, allegedly sent by Zinga, read, and I'm quoting directly from reports on the released text, "I want you to put a big black baby in me and you better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life." Shannon's admission to engaging in this type of race play with a 19-year-old while he was 54 sent shockwaves across social media. Fans who might have been willing to give him the benefit of the doubt regarding the allegations in the lawsuit found themselves disgusted by the admitted details of his private life. The public reaction was swift and brutal. Many commenters called the behavior weird, perverted, and a serious lapse in judgment and discipline regardless of any claims of consent or role-playing. By releasing those texts, Shannon effectively confirmed disturbing details about his private activities, providing potent ammunition to anyone who wanted to criticize or come after him. What he intended as proof of innocence was widely seen as a confession of deeply uncomfortable, arguably predatory behavior given the age gap and power imbalance.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer.
Shannon's lawyer Lanny Davis continued the aggressive defense, blasting Zinga's lawsuit as a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions, and labeling the claims as a stack of lies, distortions, and misrepresentations. He insisted that everything that happened was part of a consensual, adult, role-playing relationship with fantasy scenarios and dual language play. Davis also suggested that Tony Busby was planning to release an edited video clip of Shannon and Zinga together to make a consensual moment look like an assault, prompting Shannon in his video to challenge Busby to put the whole video out. While this defense team's strategy is aggressive, it couldn't fully counter the visceral public reaction to the race play texts Shannon himself released. And here is where the story takes a turn towards the eerie, linking back to a conversation that many are now replaying over and over. Months before this lawsuit blindsided Shannon Sharpe, Katt Williams sat across from him on the Club Shay Shay podcast and, in his now signature style, delivered what many are interpreting as a chilling prophecy. During that viral interview, Katt reportedly warned Shannon about the dangers of his lifestyle in Hollywood, specifically mentioning the lack of self-control and being mindful of who you let into your private life, particularly concerning relationships. Katt didn't just offer general advice, he allegedly hinted at the mechanics of the industry, warning Shannon that there are powerful figures, the gatekeepers, who collect information and secrets and who would use a person's own dirt against them if they ever stopped playing by the rules or became too powerful or outspoken. Katt allegedly told Shannon that his downfall, if it came, wouldn't be from outsiders but from his own behavior being weaponized by those in power. Think about the timing. This $50 million lawsuit, carrying potentially career-ending allegations and exposing deeply embarrassing private details, drops precisely when Shannon Sharpe was reportedly on the verge of signing a massive $100 million media deal, a deal that would solidify his position as a top media mogul. It also happened months after speculation began about a potential second interview between Katt Williams and Shannon, a prospect that likely would have generated even more attention and possibly more controversial revelations about the industry. For many watching, this timing feels too convenient, too pointed. It's leading to the theory that Katt Williams wasn't just speaking generally, he was allegedly warning Shannon about this exact type of scenario. Katt even reportedly claimed in another interview that he left some career-ending knockout blows out of the Club Shay Shay conversation, suggesting he had access to even more potentially damaging information about people, information that could be used as leverage. His warning to Shannon about secrets being used as a trap card by gatekeepers now feels chillingly accurate to many.
Everything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
This brings us to the heart of the gatekeeper theory currently circulating online. The speculation is that Shannon Sharpe is being targeted and possibly silenced by powerful figures in Hollywood or the media industry. Why? The theory suggests it could be a consequence of Shannon using his massive platform Club Shay Shay to give a voice to individuals like Katt Williams and Monique, who have publicly and fiercely called out and exposed alleged corruption, hypocrisy, and control within the industry elite. By providing a stage for these voices, Shannon may have, intentionally or not, challenged the established power structure. The theory posits that the gatekeepers decided to retaliate, and rather than manufacturing evidence, they allegedly used Shannon's own existing vulnerabilities. his alleged actions and relationships in his private life, specifically those that are controversial or potentially legally problematic, as the weapon. The lawsuit, with its serious allegations and the undeniable embarrassment caused by Shannon's admitted race play texts, becomes the perfect tool to sideline him, damage his reputation, potentially cost him his lucrative deals, and send a clear message to others about the cost of challenging the powers that be. It's framed as a calculated move, a demonstration of control using Shannon's own alleged dirt as the ammunition. But the narrative gets even more complex and potentially damning for Shannon's shakedown claim when we consider a specific legal maneuver that was revealed. Despite Shannon and his lawyer publicly slamming the lawsuit as completely baseless in an attempt at blackmail, Shannon's own legal team was reportedly forced to admit that Shannon Sharpe had allegedly offered Gabriella Zinga $10 million to settle the matter quietly before she filed the lawsuit. Think about that for a moment. If this case was truly, as Shannon claimed, a complete fabrication, a stack of lies designed purely for a media circus and extortion, why offer $10 million to make it go away? This alleged settlement offer severely undermines Shannon's public defense. Tony Buzbee seized on this, publicly stating that Shannon's written offer proves he was scared that Jane Doe had real solid receipts. Buzbee pointed out that Zinga allegedly turned down the $10 million offer, choosing instead to proceed with the lawsuit and seek justice through the courts, which he argued proved her motive wasn't solely about getting a quick payout but fighting for her claims. This alleged offer, confirmed by Shannon's own lawyer, adds significant weight to the idea that there may be more substance to the allegations than Shannon's public statements suggest. The public reaction to this saga is multifaceted, but there's a strong sentiment among many, including fans who once supported Shannon, that regardless of any potential industry plot, Shannon himself made it far too easy. Many are pointing back to Katt Williams' warnings about self-discipline and the dangers of the Hollywood scene. They argue that no one forced Shannon, a 54-year-old man, to engage in a relationship with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. No one forced him to engage in explicit race play, and certainly no one forced him to release text messages confirming these controversial private activities to the public. The argument is that even if there was a setup orchestrated by gatekeepers, Shannon allegedly provided the blueprint and handed over the ammunition through his own choices and alleged actions. Commentators, including notable figures like journalist Ernest Owens, have publicly stated their refusal to support Shannon, citing the age gap and the admitted race play as disturbing and indefensible, even if legal. The viral quote from Katt Williams' interview, "You having an unnatural allegiance to losers was not like you," is now being widely circulated online, used by many to criticize Shannon's alleged poor choices and lifestyle. The contrast is also drawn with Katt Williams himself. While Katt is outspoken publicly, criticizing the industry and calling out alleged corruption, the transcript suggests he reportedly maintains a much more private personal life, consciously avoiding the kind of entanglements and public scandals that could be easily weaponized against him by those same gatekeepers he warns about. He's described as moving in silence regarding his personal business, skipping clout-chasing parties and staying in his lane, perhaps practicing the very discipline he advised Shannon to adopt. Shannon, on the other hand, is portrayed in the transcript as allegedly acting reckless, partying like a 25-year-old when he's pushing 60, and now allegedly facing the severe consequences of that lifestyle catching up to him in the worst possible way. This $50 million lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, packed with horrifying allegations and complicated by his own controversial public response, his admitted private activities, the alleged $10 million settlement offer, and the uncanny predictions of Katt Williams, is far from over. It has put his career, reputation, and legacy in serious jeopardy and fueled intense speculation about whether this is simply the consequence of poor personal choices, the result of a targeted attack by powerful industry figures, or perhaps a complex, interconnected blend of both. The legal battles are just beginning, and the court of public opinion continues to deliver its own harsh verdicts. So, after hearing all the details, the serious allegations in the lawsuit, Shannon's defense including the race play texts, the alleged $10 million offer, and the powerful theory that Katt Williams predicted a gatekeeper attack, what do you believe is truly happening? Is Shannon Sharpe primarily the victim of a calculated hit by industry gatekeepers, possibly for challenging the status quo by giving platforms to voices like Katt and Monique? Or did he primarily sabotage his own career through his personal choices, lack of self-control, and alleged actions, providing the perfect leverage for anyone who wanted to bring him down, just as Katt Williams allegedly warned? And what does this entire saga reveal about the alleged pressures, secrets, and power dynamics lurking beneath the surface of the entertainment world? Drop all your thoughts, theories, and perspectives in the comments below. If this deep dive into the Shannon Sharpe controversy kept you hooked and illuminated the complex layers of this story, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to Star Hush for every single update, analysis, and breakdown of the biggest celebrity scandals, industry secrets, and unfolding legal dramas. And absolutely ring that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. This story is still developing and we'll be here covering every twist and turn. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.